right, well, everybody, welcome back. I need to turn on the Green Ranger because there we go. Forgot to turn him on. We don't have
Yay.
our Blue Ranger, Claire, played by Science Side Up, Maddie. We don't have her with us today, but we have everybody else. So welcome to the 10th episode of Power Ranger Jungle Beast, Mysterium in Urbe Nova, which I decided to name in Latin for literally no good reason. So yeah, deal with that. Guys, for those of you who weren't here last time, you all found the Green Ranger, but then you get a call from Anubis Kruger saying, hey, you're going to be a legally recognized resident extraterrestrial on Earth. You got to at least stop by the SPD Delta Base. So, you guys are going to be off to Delta Base. Also, David transitioned from being our Black Ranger to our Gold Ranger with the acquisition of the Jungle Beast Makawit. There you go, Makawit. That's a Nahuatl word. Yay, Nahuatl.
Nice.
Jungle words.
Yes. So we are going to have a quick introduction from everybody, and then we're going to go off to we're going to start off at the monitoring station, and then we're going to head off probably to New Tech City unless everyone decides to just say screw it to the main plot. So let's start. We're going to go from left to right on the bottom of the screen that you guys can see. So we're going to start with David.
Hi, RPG Casey here. I play David Dran, your gold and black boy.
Very nice. As I said, Maddie, who plays Claire, our Blue Ranger, which I'll put up there for just a second so everyone can remember what she looks like, couldn't be with us today, so that's okay. We're going to go over to Orion, whose name I still haven't added because I'm a lazy asshole.
Hi, I am Blank, and I'm new here. And I come from a different galaxy, but I was frozen for a long time, which explains my cold, dead heart a little bit.
There you go. And who's playing you there, Green Ranger?
Some not related to Kent Hovind guy. I think Bent Hovind.
Bent Hovind, no relation? Got it.
Yeah, that guy. He's alright.
Alright, and Gary.
Hi, I'm T. Lane. I'm playing Gary, the resident White Ranger.
There you go.
I also cannot speak.
No, hey, that happens. And Timmy.
Hi guys, it's me, Jordan. As always, I'm playing Timmy.
All right. Sounds good. All right, guys. So you have just got off the video screen with Anubis Kruger, commander of SPD Earth Base, and so Belkar says, "Well, Rangers, at least Orion should go to New Tech City, but some of you may want to accompany him. Although I do think we should have at least one Ranger stay around here in case we have anything come up around here." Not that you can't teleport from New Tech City, but teleportation does take some time.
I'm going.
Okay.
And that's that.
I'll go.
Well, yes,
I'll
you're the
follow.
one who rather needs to go, Orion.
I'll do it. I agree. I volunteer as tribute.
Okay. Gary, Timmy, would you like to stay or go?
I'll go.
I'll stay behind, yeah, it's no problem.
Okay, keeping in mind that staying behind basically means you're not going to be involved in the entire rest of the session.
Yeah, you should come with us.
Okay.
The team sticks together.
Yeah, that's an out of character thing.
I said that in
Claire
character
could
now.
stay behind.
I think Claire has to stay behind.
That seems like a reasonable compromise.
Claire, you've got some studying to do on the whatever you study.
She's a zoologist.
She studies zoos.
Yes.
I was gonna say that.
All right, so you guys get up to the teleportation pad, and Zelkar says, "I'm going to send you right to the entrance of the SPD base.
Sound a lot like him.
And you might want to be morphed when you go there so that they don't see your real forms teleporting in."
It's morphin' time.
Morphin'
morphin'
I forget my power or my animal.
Feathered
River
serpent.
Dolphin.
Green Ranger power.
There you go. All right. So you guys teleport in, and you are now at the step of a very tall, but also very, very wide building. It has blue windows and white sort of trim around them, At the very top is an odd-looking tower that has two projections. They're sort of triangular in shape, and it gives you the vague impression that you're looking at an animal's head as you look at the top of that tower. But there are people coming in and out of the building. Most of them are wearing SPD uniforms with a little SPD badge and little trimming in various colors that indicates their relative rank on the various teams.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh shoot. What's their rank?
You're not familiar enough with the SPD rank structure to actually really know.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So, would you like to go in?
It seems like we should.
Pump it.
Yeah, let's go up to the door.
Okay.
And
Let's go.
You are
Open it
getting
up.
some little
Boom,
glances
boom,
because
boom.
people were not everyone was expecting Power Rangers to just show up, but you get to the desk and there is someone with a word cadet on his uniform, and
Boom,
he's sitting behind
boom.
what looks like some kind of reception desk.
Hello, cadet. I'm new here on this planet. I come from RAFCON, and I need to register.
Oh, yeah, I think the base commander said to expect some rangers with someone new to register. Hold on. Take these visitor badges. Hands out some little badges that say visitor.
Neat.
They'll allow you access to, well, not much of the base. You won't have access to the training rooms or the dormitories or the containment cells, but you will have access to the cafeteria, and it looks like you have been granted... Oh, wait, hold on. And he snatches the badges back and scans them a little bit. Yeah, you have been given special access to the actual command center. Okay. I guess that's what it says. Yeah. That's where Commander Kruger probably is, so you might want to head there. Here's a map. He hands you a little map. So, try not to get lost. And if you see anything that says authorized personnel only, aside from the command center door, because you are authorized there, don't go in it.
Sir,
This is a working police station, so you know.
Yeah, okay.
It's all
Gary tries to pin the badge to his suit chest, but it just kind of won't go through.
Well, fortunately, you
Dang
guys all have
power.
well, except for Orion, who just has a chest piece. You guys all have gorgets that you could clip it to.
Oh,
yeah, I'll carry yours, Orion, and I just
thank you.
carry Orion's
Okay.
towards him.
Who's going to carry
guess
the rest
that
of
works.
me? I guess
He
I
also,
can walk.
the receptionist says, "Oh, also, if you want to demorph, in the command center or anywhere else, I mean, you can do. There's bathrooms. There's places where if you want to demorph in private, you can. Fine.
I think I'm good.
What if I just stay morphed?
Okay. So, are you guys going to try to make any detours before getting to the command center?
Yes.
I think
Yes,
I'll stop
I
in my
am.
restroom real
I'm
quick.
going with the group think.
I want to go on like a little exploration.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look around, really.
Well, so the building itself has sort of a modern style. There's a lot of large walls that are primarily just made of thick glass, so it sort of has an open floor plan look to it. But in actuality, traffic is actually tightly controlled within corridors and with these doors because, like I said, the walls are all over the place. There's just a lot of them are glass, but there are also a lot of doors marked authorized personnel only that are marked as things like training room, live fire exercise rooms, simulators, dormitory wings.
None of that would interest me that much, and especially since we're trying to stay on target. If anything like library or history area or blah blah blah, I'd go in that area. But I'm just gonna look and then not seeing anything.
Well, there are
of that
laboratories and
particular
computer
interest.
rooms, but they also say authorized personnel only.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of guy. I would just leave it be.
Okay.
I do believe the lady said something about cafeteria access.
Yes, there is a cafeteria. You could go there.
Yeah, that's...
Can't eat in your helmet, though.
I mean, I can technically.
Nom.
Can I drink from a straw? I don't think so.
No.
And Claire's not here, so we can't stuff her fanny pack.
Yeah.
No.
So, do you guys decide to go to the cafeteria? Which is fine.
Well, I just came out of the bathroom and I'm like, "Who's hungry? Let's go to the cafeteria."
Okay.
It's kind of
I
head
should
tilted
get
you.
like
But I'm also still morphed, so I don't know what's going to happen.
a Power Ranger duffel bag or something to carry.
Well, the
my
cafeteria
snacks in.
has basically cafeteria food.
Oh, I'm just looking out for other rangers. Really?
There actually aren't any rangers that you've seen, at least not that have been morphed or anything.
Oh boy, that means we're gonna stick out like sore thumbs, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh look."
Um. So, yeah, guys you check out the cafeteria. There's food. There's salads. There's burgers. There's pizzas. There's also weird alien food that you have no idea what it is.
Hmm.
No flargon cakes, though, Orion. Sorry.
Son
I
of a
know.
gun.
I know it's a
After all
Rathconian
this
delicacy,
time.
but yeah, no flargon cakes. There's just not much call for it.
Hmm.
Well, there's some call for it.
Well, also, it's not
No.
the Three Sun Festival, so why would there be flargon cake if it's outside the Three Sun Festival? Period.
Look, I missed plenty of
They're
those
That's true.
for millions
like
of
a-
years. It's
I
okay.
don't know, like a Rice Krispie or anything.
Yeah, if you want a Rice Krispie, there's a Rice Krispie.
Boom,
Yeah, cool.
boom, boom, boom.
Okay. So after the cafeteria, any other plans?
To the command
Uh,
center.
Yeah,
That sounds like
an
I
idea.
guess.
I
Okay.
guess so.
So you
Should
you
we
get
ask
there.
her-
Oh, sorry, Timmy, you're a
should
little
we
quiet. I'm going to turn you up a bit.
Oh no, that's my fault. I'm sorry. I'll move closer to my mic. Should we ask around a bit about the commander? I already forgot the name. It was
Kruger.
Ruger. That's it. Should we ask around a bit about him? See what we're dealing with before we. I mean, we could just walk in blind. I mean,
Oh, I'm gonna ask him to his face. Don't you worry about that.
you can do that.
We need to know who we're dealing with.
Okay.
Best
So
to talk to them directly, but if you would like to, that's.
do you want
your
to do
preference.
this while in your ranger suits?
Nah, I'll just trust that David can deal
no.
with. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, deal with the commander in our ranger suits. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I guess. If everybody's okay with it, should we head to command center?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
So you get to the command center, and there's a little badge scanner, and it does say authorized access only. However, you were told by the reception person that you were given special access to the command center.
Hmm.
Do it.
So you scan your badges, and the doors open, and inside is a circular room lined with computer panels on the outside, as well as what looks like a conference table type structure in the middle. And at the far end of the room, facing away from you, a very tall, blue-skinned, scaly alien whose head has sort of a dog-like shape. And
Okay.
off to your left is a computer terminal, sitting at which is a woman who has, you only see her profile, but she has freckles and cat-like ears coming from near the top of her head instead of human ears.
Hmm.
As you step through, the tall alien at the opposite end of the room turns to face you, and it is in fact Commander Kruger, who you saw on your view screen. Ah, Rangers. It's Jungle Beast Rangers, isn't it?
Correct.
Welcome to Delta Base.
Thanks.
Nice place.
Long
Yes.
way from the jungle.
Thank you. This is Cat Manx, and he gestures over to the woman on your left who turns and waves and says, "Hello, I'm the head of R&D here at Delta Base."
Awesome.
Hello.
Good to meet you.
As she speaks, you notice that she has little fangs.
Hmm.
So he says, we're working on our own Ranger program here. We're hoping to use the Morphin Grid to assist us in our policing of Earth. But we sure are glad that there's another Ranger team ready, because we are not prepared yet to take on invasions all over the world. So
That's
I want to extend my personal thanks for the work you've been doing.
No problem. It's all part of a day's work.
All right. Well, who here remember he saw you unmorphed last time, is our new alien.
Well, that would be me, and I raised my hand.
Okay, and what's your name?
My name is Orion, and I come from Rafcon.
Well, that answers my second question, planet of origin. Kat, you're recording this? She says, I sure am, doggy. And he growls a little bit. Kat.
We didn't hear that. It's fine.
It's Commander Kruger. And she says, oh, sorry, right. Anyway, and what was your arrival date here on Earth?
Oh, I think that was about 65 million years ago, but it feel like it was a Tuesday, and it probably was in October or September, maybe August.
I see. Well,
maybe like September then?
That's certainly
Maybe.
before any current treaties, so I don't think you're in violation of any of those, so we can dispense with any of that investigation. Still, as a resident on Earth of extraterrestrial origin, we just have to make a note, and I am going to issue you a special visa for worldwide access, which not very many people get when they come to Earth. New Tech City is the designated zone for extraterrestrial arrivals, with more or less no restrictions other than customs. So, this is the area where the most extraterrestrials are on Earth by a lot. So you're in good company here. No one think twice if you don't particularly look human or know much about humans, so an advantage in that. As a resident alien on Earth, you are allowed to set up a residence here in New Tech City, but I understand that you have housing over in your monitoring station down in South America. Is that accurate?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have like kind of a
We do.
comfy kind of setup there. It's pretty nice.
Well, that sounds entirely appropriate. I honestly think that's about it, unless you guys want, say, some kind of a tour of Delta Base.
Actually, we could use your help on a different matter.
Oh, what's that?
Well, if my team doesn't mind me speaking for them.
Please
Not at
do.
all.
Okay.
We have been having some trouble.
No, I forgot. I'm going to put up the portrait of Doggy. It's a portrait, guys.
Yes.
It's on the stream.
Yes.
Yay.
What was it you needed help with?
We have. Oh, this is a very long story. How shall I summarize to the best of my ability? There is a evil ranger team who in hunt of some very powerful crystals, and we've been hunting them down too to keep them out of their hands. The problem is this: their leader is quite powerful, and every step of the way we've been thwarted.
Well, like I said, our Ranger program isn't really off the ground yet, so we can offer
I'm
you probably
not
some
asking.
limited intelligence, but I don't know what else we can do for
I'm
you.
not asking for boots on the ground. I'm asking for in your part of the world to keep an eye out for these crystals.
Oh, I suppose we can do that.
And any information you may have on any of any strange incidents that may sound like
An intelligence
anything
sharing
I've
program.
mentioned. Yes,
I think we can arrange that. We'll make sure we get in contact with Zelkar and iron out all those details.
that sounds great.
So, would you like to look around? And, not too many people get to see this area.
Sounds great.
All
So
right.
basically just like a tour?
Now,
Sounds good.
Well, first of all, I want you to remember that while a lot of this was my brainchild in part, as one of the founding members of SPD galaxy-wide, but the technical side of this, the person who made it all come together, was of course Miss Manx. So she's the one who should get the lion's share of the credit. And no, Cat, that's not a pun about cats. I suppose it is, but it wasn't an intentional one. Anyway, so yes, the command center is where all the information from the citywide scanners come in. We have access to all SPD security cameras here. We have interfaces with the main computer system on the base, and we're working to upgrade the base with what we call the SPDS, the Space Patrol Delta Defense System. We might be working on that name. We're not quite sure we like it yet. But our first phase is we're going to be installing a large electro-discharge weapon to face off against any large-scale threats to the base. And there's all sorts of other plans. We even have a genetics research team that's working on seeing if we can identify ideal ranger candidates, all sorts of cool stuff. And this is where the brains of the whole thing happens. But let's take a look at one of our training rooms. And as he motions towards the door actually opens, and several SPD officers in tactical gear step through. And they say, "Sorry, Commander, but you're under arrest."
What?
What?
He says, "Why?" You're under arrest for the unlawful dismemberment, disassembly of Baroness Bacchia of the House of Gadgetry.
Wait, this sounds. I think I read about this not more than a week ago. Gadgetry. That sounds awfully familiar.
Well, if you'd like to take, what would that be? That would be to remember something.
Mm.
If only there was like
He
a
probably read it.
history
He probably read about it in passing.
Well,
Only in passing.
let me take a look. See if I can't.
I mean, like technology or culture, maybe.
Yeah, culture. Let's go culture. Take a culture check.
Colchari? Okay, where is culture?
It's under Sparks.
There it is. I see it. I found it. I love it.
Oh no, I haven't read the news in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The new.
No specialty, no skill shift, difficulty base, and normal.
All right. So what
that
you
good?
remember about the House of Gadgetry is that is the name of the ruling empire, which some decades ago launched an unsuccessful invasion of Earth centered around Angel Grove, only to be fought off by the Zero Ranger.
Oh.
Yo.
Mm.
So the officer in the lead, a woman with sort of lightly curly brown hair, with a name that says Carson on her uniform, says, "All right, Kruger, stand by for judgment." And she holds up what looks sort of like a cross between a police badge and like a flip phone, and it starts flashing colors, and then ultimately flashes a big red X, at which point a bright flash of light occurs. And where Doggy Kruger was once standing is now what sort of looks like a small Polaroid picture, except that there's a Kruger inside of it, complaining somewhat loudly about how he's innocent. And
where's the
How can he be responsible
trial?
for something like this that's happened so long ago?
Good question.
Officer Carson
I
says,
grumble.
"What do you mean, so
at
long
them
ago? This disassembly happened yesterday."
It did not, in fact.
Yes.
That's not possible.
Yes, it did.
Well, tell us about that.
Baroness Bacchia was a liaison on Earth between the machine remnant and Earth. She was in her condominium last night, and Commander Kruger was seen on security camera going into her condominium and then leaving sometime later, about 2 hours later, and she was reported missing. And when an entry was made into her residence, she was found disassembled, and her central processing core was crushed irreparably, meaning she can't be reassembled.
Oh dear.
In a world where magic powers exist and shape changing surely is possible, what manner of fact checking will you do on this video footage or the area in question?
I mean, you're welcome to investigate, but the judgment
Yes,
scanner
I
has
am.
already determined that Commander Kruger is guilty, and they tend not to lie.
What is this judgment scanner? Please inform me.
I don't have time for this. I'm taking Commander Kruger down to a detention block. If you really have these questions, you can ask Miss Manx.
Don't have time for
I have a
us?
job to do.
I
You're
feel
not
like
you're not SPD.
we are Power Rangers, though.
Okay. Are you SPD?
No.
No. Who has jurisdiction over all the extraterrestrials on Earth, especially in New Tech City, including the humans in New Tech City, actually, uniquely? SPD. So step aside, please, so we can collect Commander Kruger for containment.
Doesn't matter what we say. There's nothing we can do at this juncture anyway. We should just simply investigate the area that the incident happened.
Suppose so. That might be our only option.
The several rangers and tactical gear, or not rangers, but SPD officers, grab the little containment card and haul it out. Well, not haul, they just pick it up and move out of the command center, leaving you in there with just Cat Manx, who says, Rangers, you have to look into this. It's true that the judgment scanners are, as far as we know, foolproof, but look, I was with Commander Kruger from 5 until 7:15 going over the results of our genetics labs experiments. I can't see how, unless he got there at like 8 or something to Baroness Bakia's house, we could probably
have
check
an evil twin.
I don't know. As far as I know, he's the only member of his species, not only on Earth, but as far as we know, he's the only one alive. Maybe we should check. Maybe we should check the footage. I'm sorry.
Not to no. That happened again. Not to shed too bright a darkness on this, but we don't know you, so we have to treat this incident as if you are hiding this information. I would suspect that judging his character, we don't know his character or yours.
I mean,
we know nothing about any of you.
Well, I think what he's trying to say is that we need to be non-biased.
Well, look, Commander Kruger is in charge of SPD. He might say that I'm the one who's responsible for all the gadgetry here, and yeah, sure, that might be true, but ultimately, he's the one who came up with the entire idea. He's the only real commander this base has had, and this base is part of what's standing between Earth and, well, other invaders. We're trying to build up Earth's defense ability.
That sounds like quite the motive.
It sounds like quite the motive for someone to get rid of him.
Indeed.
Also, just a quick point: the judgment scanners do seem like a minor bypass and ethical violation of a right to fair trial. Just saying. So,
well, like I said,
American.
I don't know what happened, but as our testing has shown a complete accuracy, 100% accuracy rate with this in known cases.
Does your commander have any immediate enemies? Any known enemies?
Well, I mean, I guess does Emperor Grum count? But he's like 2 galaxies away.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, I mean, yeah. There's Emperor Grum.
Employs in the shadow. Why would the Gadget Empire?
Machine Remnant? It's what's left of the Machine Empire after the Z-Wave.
Well, I guess the thought here is that you're in their way to bringing back the remnants. Maybe it's them, maybe it's someone else.
Look, after the Z-Wave destroyed almost the entire Machine Empire, the remnant left behind has basically been trying to survive numerous waves of invasion. They barely even exist.
Not much of a
they're not a power center
for them then. Yeah.
Look, Baroness Bakia doesn't have a barony. Her entire holdings are currently under control of various other petty empires.
Well, I guess
that's what we call a titular title.
Yeah, the reason she's on Earth is because she doesn't actually have the land her title grants her. That's why they made her the liaison on Earth, because what the heck else were they going to do with her?
This is a
but this is still
question.
A diplomatic incident. We can't have foreign dignitaries being murdered on Earth and having our commanders accused of the killing.
Do you know of any cultures, any people, anyone who have the technology, the capacity, or the racial power, I guess, to change their appearance, modify technology, anything of this nature?
I mean, I guess anyone could, put on some makeup or something.
Wait, you said you guys were here last night, correct?
Yeah, that's why I think we should review the footage.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's
there-
do
take a
that.
look at
Lab footage of the lab of you guys working around the same time that could give him an alibi.
I mean, we weren't actually in the lab. We were in one of his conference rooms, so I don't know if that actually has a camera in it. It might not.
You're
You should
his
check it
alibi.
out.
Yes, I'm his alibi.
Was there anybody else with you? As we start to walk towards, I start to walk towards the footage, I guess.
I mean, I think some other people probably saw us go into the conference room, and probably a few saw us come out.
That's a good start.
Let's see. Who was probably there? I don't think that Captain Carson, the one who arrested Doggy, was there. I think she had gone home. Let's see. Whom was there, saw us go into the conference room. We can confirm that. Let's see.
First and foremost, we should probably confirm when he was at this place.
Well, that's going to be on the security footage. There's usually timestamps for that.
Is there any way that this device can be tampered with?
Not that I know of, but I guess it's not impossible.
Technology.
Let's see. I think Corporal Delgado might have seen us leave.
So you said Purple Delgado.
Corporal
There was
Delgado.
That guy saw you leave.
I think so.
Said there was someone who definitely saw you guys go in, though, correct?
Yeah, probably Boom.
Boom. All right.
He's
say we
sort of like a janitor, but also sometimes assists me with technical matters.
Doesn't matter.
we check the cameras first, see if we can't confirm the alibi via the security footage of the SPD building, and then if there's no way to confirm it via the security footage, we can at least get witnesses.
Okay. Well, we can just use the monitor in here. I'll see if I can't access it. Okay. Okay, here it is. So she punches a few keys, and up on the view screen comes a bit of a grainy, not super high resolution footage, and it has yesterday's date on it, and it also has a timestamp that says 7:31 p.m. And nothing happens for about a minute or so, but a little after the time that it goes to 7:32, you in fact see a blue dog-like person in some kind of trench coat go into the building. And she says, look, there's no way he could have gotten from here to there in 17 minutes. It's on the other side of the city, and the city is like an hour from one side of the city to the other, unless you have some kind of jet or something. But we would have known about any airspace violations.
As a devil's advocate here, teleportation is a method to get to and fro.
Sure, but SPD doesn't have any teleport.
Indeed, you don't. But who might?
That
doesn't matter.
Would say.
We could search Commander Kruger's quarters for teleportation technology.
That is an option.
Let's put that one on the back burner for now.
Let's see if we can find him exiting. So she starts to increase the speed of the video, and then right around when it says 9:41 p.m., a similar looking figure leaves, and then she pauses it, backs up a few seconds, and plays it at regular speed. And sure enough, there's a blue Syrian from Sirius alien in the same trench coat walking out of the building.
Is it possible another member of a species could be masquerading as him?
Yeah, it's possible, but there's only one known on Earth, and as far as we know, he's the last one in existence.
Oh, well, that does change things, doesn't it?
It
It
does.
could be a disguise.
Yes, it could.
Yeah, didn't the like one of those Power Ranger teams, at least in the past, fight something that could like I don't know, metamorph, disguise itself?
You'd
Something or
probably
another?
be looking into the area of hundreds of thousands.
Did you
Mm.
did you notice the commander acting weird at all yesterday? Any type of was he different in any way? Anxious or upset about anything?
Not that I can really remember.
Mind control? No, it doesn't sound likely. Someone, perhaps someone's trying to discredit your SPD force.
I mean, I think that must be the case.
Must be.
Because
Rolling for
I
Emmys.
do not believe that Doggy Kruger murdered someone he has no reason to murder. It's only going to cause problems for SPD as a whole, for Earth as a whole, and even if he weren't being essentially convicted of the murder, it would just be a problem for him too.
What is the purpose of this device they locked him into this picture?
Oh,
What does it
it's a
do?
convenient way to keep prisoners housed, basically.
How does it
Saves on
know?
space.
How does it know if someone is immediately guilty? What's the method for that?
Oh, it scans various bioinformatic indices and then uses those to determine whether or not the person involved knows that they have in fact committed the crimes that they're accused of. So if someone is unaware of their actions, it won't come back as not guilty. If someone, say, doesn't have any biological, so it doesn't work on robots. If someone, let's see, what are other reasons it might return innocent, even if or guilty otherwise? If someone is truly actually thinks that they did something they're being accused of, it could read as guilty, even though they didn't do it. For instance, if they were delusional about having committed a crime and then they're accused of the crime, it would come off
Yes,
come
but
off as
but he
guilty.
said specifically, "I didn't do this."
Well, I mean, he could have been lying, I suppose, but that seems unlikely.
Does seem
Yeah,
unlikely.
maybe have confirmation through trial for these, because it seems that there is some way to manipulate it.
Maybe. Let's not rule anything out at this point.
Well, I mean, we could look through the computer system and see if there's been any tampering.
Yes, and after
Yeah.
that, let's see his quarters.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
let's
because
take a
I
look.
don't see any motive or any way he could have gone to this place so quickly.
We need more information.
Exactly.
So, from the chat, RC GameX asks an interesting question. If you can be found guilty inherently by a magic communicator device, why would anyone ever commit crime? Because if they don't know who did it, then they can't scan literally everyone. So you can still get away with crime. There has to be some kind of investigation in order to figure out who to target with the scanner. That's why the people who charged Kruger did in fact look through things like the security footage. But anyway, so who has a pretty decent technology skill?
I'm okay at it. I got a D4.
I don't believe I have a very high skill in that. Yeah, no, I'm not very good.
Well, then I'm going to have David be the lead on this. Anyone who has the skill can lend an assist, and Cat Minx will also be assisting, providing you with edge on this roll. For those who might be watching and don't know, edge is essentially identical to advantage in 5e D&D. This game started out as a 5e game, and it still bears a lot of those hallmarks. So, David, why don't you take a technology roll? Is anyone able to assist him?
I'll cheer him on, but I cannot assist.
I can't
So-
do that.
Oh well.
Jimmy, sorry?
Let's hope it.
I can't assist at all either.
Okay, so wait, no one has a pip in tech besides David?
Someone else did, but she's not here.
Good point. Okay.
Sorry, I'm too busy using my 2018 smartphone.
All right. Well,
I don't care if it's 4 years.
check with the or take a technology check to see what you can uncover in the computer system.
Skill shift because of how does skill shift?
You're getting edge.
Okay, so it's the other thing.
You
Wait, that's
could
not
choose to spend a story point in order to gain specialization if you wanted to.
What a good idea.
No, nah, we're too early on that. We don't even know if this will.
I mean,
So
not
skill-
that early in.
I've heard if you don't
what
use
is
it,
what
you
is
lose it.
edge?
It's just
Is that
advantage.
the- Oh,
But it'll ask
Please
you
roll.
in the on an auto roller to whether or not you have edge or snag, and just choose edge.
mhm. There it is, edge. Well, moment of truth. What do you guys think?
I think you should roll it.
No, I'm asking
Or-
them if they want to use story point.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely use a story
Yeah,
point.
for
Yes.
That's what I say.
you got 4 of them.
All right, the group has spoken.
Okay.
They're on a roll.
Oof.
Oof. Mm,
That's rough.
well,
Yeah.
that's a lot of footage.
Okay, so as far as you can tell, the computer was not tampered with. However, there is some additional security footage of various computer terminals you could review. It will take a while.
Yeah.
Joy.
So-
Feels like I'm back in
Do you wanna-
lab class again.
What do you want to do? You want to search Kruger's room? You want to start reviewing minute by minute security footage?
No, we have no reason to do that. There's nothing that comes up as strange or odd, so it's just like, okay, this seems right.
Yeah, I think I want to go investigate Kruger's room.
Okay.
Yeah, to the room.
Sounds
Boom,
like a
boom,
Alright.
plan.
boom,
You'll need
boom, boom.
you'll need me to go with you. It's not need top level access to get in there because it's the commander's room.
Hmm.
Understandable. I'm betting though that he has dog bone print bed sheets.
That would be funny. Let's
It
find out.
would.
Oh, if he does, I'm going to make
Yes.
fun of him for years.
Do it.
Years. You don't understand. I mean, decades.
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
magnificent.
Yeah, and I can do it too. Because you want to know what? I'm 400.
You look great though.
Yeah,
Big
I look like I'm
on
27.
millions.
Could we
years old.
stay on task here?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Let's
fair
go.
point.
All right, so go through some twisting, sort of maze-like corridors. This place is huge. You definitely are having trouble remembering how you would get out of here if you needed to. But anyway, you get to a room that actually doesn't look very big for the commander's private quarters. But she scans her badge and enters an access code, and the doors open. And there's a small Spartan room. There's a desk. There's one couch facing a small round table with a glass top. There's a bed built into the wall, and in an alcove near the bed is a large saber with the head of a wolf on the hilt, right instead of a crossguard.
Cool.
And that's it. It's other than one picture on the desk facing away from you, the room is just that. It is, like I said, very Spartan.
No area where you put where you would put a personal log, nothing like that.
Desk has a computer terminal.
That's the
Wow.
way. That's where I go.
Okay. By the way, the sheets are not, in fact, dog bone. They are just a powder blue.
That's disappointing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
military leader. I'd expect them to be basic gray.
This is the exact opposite of my college dorm.
Well, I mean, Commander Kruger is he's not much one for recreation or spending time just relaxing in his room. He's always going over reports or running simulations or overseeing cadets in training or overseeing the ranger program or looking at all
Well,
my genetics experiments or
Let's hope for you. wrote down his private thoughts.
Okay. This is gonna be weird.
Yep.
Ain't it though?
Yep. Alright, so you get to the desk, and the picture is the picture of what seems to be a female of the same species.
What's this?
Oh, that's his wife.
And I suppose the tactful question is that she is no longer with us.
Correct.
Hmm.
She died in the Tribune invasion of Sirius.
Okay.
She was killed directly by Emperor Grum, which is why I mentioned that he would be the only big enemy that I can think of that Doggy would have. Because Doggy founded SPD on Sirius, and when Emperor Grum invaded, he killed every SPD officer except for Doggy, and he also killed Doggy's wife, and left him alive so that he could tell what happened.
So, if it's possible, while she's telling this story, I want to start searching the desks, pulling the drawers out, looking for like fake bottoms or anything. Just
Okay.
looking for those.
Why don't you take on investigations that we're calling it in this game? Sorry, it's been a little while since we've all played.
Investigation.
There's infiltration. There's sweet streetwise. I'm not seeing alertness. Maybe.
Alertness, yeah.
Yeah, let's go with an alertness on this.
Okay.
I can assist.
Okay.
I
So that'll give you
D2.
edge. Let's see what the investigation is, and then we'll deal with attempts to dig into Doggy Kruger's diary. Basically, we're gonna try and read his diary.
Not gonna feel good about this.
Yeah.
Oh, awkward.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, there you go. Okay, so it's not a false bottom, but there is a drawer with a latch that you managed to unlatch, and inside of it is a small box with SPD on it, and it looks sort of like the judgment machine that was used earlier. Cat says, I didn't think he still had that. That's
What is it?
well, that's Doggy's morpher from back on Sirius, but I mean, he's not.
Used to be a
Neither of
Power
us are the
Ranger.
ones who came up with it. That's why we're still trying to resurrect the Ranger program for SPD, because they've really only gotten it to just work over on Sirius. But I guess he still has his. Maybe it's damaged.
Possibly.
Well, it doesn't help us in learning what's going on here. So
We should probably grab it just to keep it safe. Don't want to let Morphers get in the wrong hands.
And if we get him out of this, he's going to be so annoyed about all of this. You guys know that, right?
Well,
better
we
he
just
be
remind
annoyed
him
than
that
alive.
Rude is innocence.
out of jail.
Hey.
You can be annoyed out of jail.
All right, well, let's take a look at... I'll try to hack into his computer. All right, so Dave, we're going to have you take the lead on that again, and because Kat's still here, you can still get your edge on that.
Oh boy.
Good luck.
People are scared of technology. Technology!
For, talks with UN assemblies and whatnot here and there, but that's what you would expect. So,
Is there any talks about mysterious people following him? Members of his race, brothers and siblings he failed to mention? Anything, really.
none of that. However,
Shoot.
because you did exceptionally well, actually find some evidence that the system has, in fact, had a non-authorized user access it in the past.
Do we have like a IP address for that, or?
Well, what I will allow you to do is, because you
Anything-
rolled particularly well on this, I will let you retry to see if there was any suspicious activity on the system. So
Story
you now know
point?
something happened, but you can get more information if you want.
I feel like now is the
The
perfect
story
moment.
point.
Yeah,
Story
story
point.
point right now. Yep.
Okay, so you guys are now down to 2.
All right, how do you do the story point? Well, you just add.
So what are
How do you
you?
add it with this?
Oh,
How do
when
you
it
add?
asks when it asks for specialization, say yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. All right.
By the way, Emperor Grum is not part of the Machine Empire. He is the leader of the Trubian Empire.
Oh shit, we don't know shit, son.
Of course you do. It's a critical
Oh.
success.
Hmm?
So,
Big crits.
not only
Oh.
do you know that the computers were tampered with, in fact, you know that the bioinformatics system was tampered with. And you even know the room it was tampered with from, which is in fact an unused dorm room.
We should go to that room.
Hold
Can we
on,
go to
hold
that
on.
room?
I would like to copy these files onto my personal, I guess, what?
Cat is not a big fan of that idea. Says, yeah, I can't let you just walk out of here with SPD files.
All
We should
right.
probably copy it then.
You copy the files, and it's mainly so we'll have evidence to support
Oh yeah,
the
no, I
claim. Yeah,
100% with you on
I
that,
don't.
but yeah, I can't
I
let
don't.
non-SPD
I
personnel take our
I
files.
don't. I don't
Thank
care about
you.
keeping them. I just want this investigation to go smoothly. You copy them.
Okay. So she inserts.
Also, anything I read here, they did not see, is not going to leave a word out of my mouth.
Okay.
Same.
I mean, I do trust that you guys will, keep this all in confidence, but
You don't know us.
you're Rangers, and you've been fighting for us, and Doggy trusted you, so I trust you.
I've met some unfriendly rangers in the past.
Well, I have too, but you guys seem to be on the good side, and Zelkar trusts you too, and Doggy trusts Zelkar, so
And we are being
Still.
friendly too. So
you're all in the circle of trust.
A little discretion in regards to his private affairs, I think.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So let's go to this dorm room then.
Let's
And
go.
leave the morpher. No one's going to come in here. It's
Uh,
locked. You'd have to have a special clearance to even
yeah,
get
that's
in here.
true. All right, let's leave the morpher.
Yeah.
I
No
honestly
one
thought
was
he didn't
here.
have any more.
It would already be gone if they were there for that.
Yeah, but just to be safe, can you keep an eye on this room, Cat? Like once we
I'll make sure. You know what? I'll have a guard posted.
awesome.
Uses a little wrist communicator and requested that a guard be posted on Kruger's quarters in case anyone comes to tamper with it. And she says, and now we should get out of here so that we don't look like the ones who've been tampering with it.
Exactly.
We're in part of the investigation. That's our objective here.
Yeah,
Everyone
but you're
knows
not
that.
officially part of the investigation because officially you are just civilians here as visitors. So this is
I
sort
get
of
right
a
up.
on the
No, I like
DL
this.
kind of investigation.
I walk up
Or
close to her
PIs.
I guess about a foot away, and I say, I don't think so.
Yeah, you do, because you're not SPD. You are officially visitors. What does it say on your badge? It says visitor.
oh, shoot,
Yeah,
does say
it
visitors.
does.
Yeah. So
That's
no,
right.
we can't make this an official investigation with you as investigators. That doesn't mean I'm not going to help you guys investigate, because quite frankly, I don't know if anyone in SPD is the one who actually did this tampering, which means I can't trust actual SPD people. So that's why you're the ones investigating. But still, on the books, it's just me.
My next comment isn't directed at you individually, but as a Power Ranger, I will defend where I see fit.
Great. Are you going to keep defending this
Absolutely.
thing? Cool. But you're still not officially on the case.
Don't care.
Okay,
Let's
let's go to
move
the
on.
dorm room.
We got stuff to do. To the dorm.
Like
all right, you guys get to the dorm room, and you get in there, and it's a 2-bedroom room. There's 2 desks, a center table. There's an area that looks like it might be some kind of shelf for like a TV screen or something. There are bookshelves, and there's a little open space where you could put another piece of furniture or a workout machine or something like that. It's a little cramped. It's basically about the size of a college dorm room. And but this one is currently empty. No one
Just like
lives
home,
here.
but
As far as we're aware.
Well, I mean, currently there's no one else in it, and it's not assigned to anyone. So
Hmm.
But the computer terminal is in fact the one that you noticed as having been accessed. So, all right, let's see if there's any traces left here locally.
To the computer, I go.
All right. Does anyone have any kind of scanning equipment? We could look at fingerprints or something.
I wish Claire was here right now.
Zelkar, Dave, David reporting in to
Yes, David?
Zelkar. We need some scanning equipment. Do you have anything you can send to us?
I think we can arrange for that. And you see one of the Southern Marikis come over to
Hey,
the screen, holding a little box that looks suspiciously like a Star Trek tricorder from the Next Generation, or no, sorry, from the original series. Flip open tricorder. It
Heck
says, "All right, stand by." However, do note that in fact requesting a key piece of equipment for a particular scene is in fact a story point. So you are now down to one.
Boo. I
Hey,
didn't
that's
know
okay
that.
though.
Oh well.
So you guys now get a sent to you. It appears in who's going to have it. Let's give it to someone besides David, because David's been doing most of the stuff.
I'm not good at investigating anyway, so I would not recommend me regardless.
Okay.
Timmy's got decent alertness, so
Okay. So Timmy's got it. All right. Timmy, if you would like to scan the area, you in fact can scan using alertness. If you have anything in technology, you can get a skill shift in that.
Technology, I don't.
Okay, then you just use your flat alertness.
Okay. Can not David Gary assist me like before to give me edge?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll let him do that.
Let's search for clues, gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Not me.
This picks up morphin grid energy.
Oh.
Someone connected to the morphin grid was in this room, which no one should be in, and used this computer to change the bioinformatics programming on the base mainframe. Which, how do the judgment boxes work? Is it based on the bioinformatics?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, it is. All right. So Kat says, "Well, these computers have built-in webcams. Maybe whoever did this didn't notice that. Maybe we could recover some kind of footage."
Could also jailbreak it if necessary.
Well, let's look into that.
Let's not get to that first. All right, to the webcam, and I start.
All right. Take a quick tech roll and roll a good roll this time. Do a good job, never a bad.
Yeah, I can absolutely decide the roll of the dice. That's absolutely what I can do.
Also, after this roll, we're going to take a quick break for people to use the bathroom, get new snacks or drinks or whatever they need, and then we will be right back after that.
Does the lady help me with this?
Oh, absolutely, she does.
Miss Pointy Cat Ears?
It's Miss Manx. Thank you.
Miss Meow Meow. Got it.
No, Miss Manx.
Hey,
Cat Manx.
I'll
I'm a
say
scientist. All right.
No, I don't say that. I don't say that in game. Natural 20.
Nice. Too bad the
Was
natural
that
20 doesn't really mean anything, but hey.
It does to me.
It does to me
It
too.
Means something
Highest
to
roll
us
possible.
when we
no,
roll
the
freeze.
highest roll possible would have been a 24, and then you would have had
Highest roll
a
possible
crit
on the
success.
D20. Yeah.
But anyway,
Highest roll possible on D20.
so I will give you the results of that after we come back from our quick intermission.
Hey.
So,
Nice
bye, everybody.
cliffhanger, dude.
Oh yeah, thank you. All right, we are back. Thank you, everybody, for being back on time. I appreciate the punctuality. All right, so just in case anyone needs a recap, we just figured out that the webcam is accessible. We're gonna get to take a look at who it was that hacked into the SPD mainframe, changing the bioinformatics system to falsely register Vander Kruger as guilty of the murder of Baroness Bakia.
Oof.
And the mystery guest is...
So,
Baroness Bucket.
as you're pulling up the webcam, it's not super great because it wasn't, it's basically footage that you're just grabbing off of whatever was stored in memory, has degraded somewhat. As that's happening, the scanner is starting to resolve the spectrum of the morphid energy that was being used. On screen pops up a familiar face with some tattoos, light green skin, and 3 yellow eyes. It's the guy who was doing the translating for Lord Claw way back in like episode 2.
Oh heck no!
Yeah,
That
This guy.
rat baskets.
and as you
This
recognize
guy.
him, the scanner actually coalesces into a deep navy blue. It's one of the
hold
evil
on.
rangers. It's the Blue Ranger.
Dang, it's the
Why
dark
is
blue ranger.
I go with navy on this one.
Navy
Oh, that
blue ranger.
sounds pretty evil.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, the Navy had Rangers. I thought that was an Army thing.
Oh no!
So,
Good question.
I
Next
gotta get
question.
that.
We
Yeah.
get a story
So-
point. I made you guys laugh.
but Pat only kind of recognizes. She
It
says,
was a pity laugh.
wasn't that guy on like TV or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's evil. He's worked with Lord Claw.
Oh,
Remember that stuff I mentioned earlier about the evil rangers and the crystal? There you go.
Oh. Well, wonder why he's targeting SPD.
Lord
You must
Claw
have-
probably
there must be a
considers
crystal
you a
nearby.
threat.
Well, there could
Or
be a
that.
crystal nearby, or yeah, it could be just that. I mean, we are working on a ranger program. I guess if we finish it, it probably wouldn't bode well for their chances of, keeping all these crystals to themselves and perhaps using those to conquer other planets, maybe even Earth.
Yeah.
They're evil after all.
Well,
Mm.
okay, but I think we should still try to figure out who actually killed the Baroness, because someone
Yeah, that's
did,
probably a good idea.
and
Perhaps we
that's
should
not
go to
who
the.
was on the footage.
Perhaps we should go to the site in which it happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Investigate the location of the disassembly.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe we'll give a little justice to her remnants.
So you guys get there. Takes like Kat said, about an hour. She even has you go in a SPD squad car, and
Cool.
while she doesn't turn on the sirens or the lights, because technically this isn't an emergency, so she's not supposed to. She's also not technically an SPD officer, so she's super not supposed to.
Yeah.
But you do get to ride in the squad car unlocked, so even the guys in the back
Awesome.
aren't locked in. That's fun.
Mm.
So you get there, and she says, "Okay, guys, hang back. I'm gonna distract officers stationed around. You guys come around from the back while I'm talking to them. Okay?
Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am.
Very well.
All right. So she gets out, starts walking towards the front of the building, which is taped off with police tape and whatnot. So she gets the attention of the officers on duty. Can't really hear what she's saying, but I would like everyone to make one big old group infiltration check.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Boom, boom,
fun.
boom, boom.
So I need everyone to roll me infiltration.
This is not going to go the way you think it is.
Boom, boom.
Oh, I can think of many ways it'll go. All of them are fun
This
for
is gonna
me.
go. It's gonna go exactly the way you think it is.
Hey, there's a critical success.
My name.
Okay, well, there's good news and bad news.
Can
Bit
I
of
use
both.
that story point I just made for making you guys laugh to reroll that?
Well, here's the thing. You guys only needed 2 successes. TD counts as 3. Sorry, 2 on his own. RPG Casey counts as 1.
Oh, good.
But also the fumble counts as -1. which I'm still counting as 2. So you guys did it, which also means
Yay.
you still are now back up to 2 story points.
Awesome.
Woohoo!
So yes, you guys gained a story point, and you managed to sneak past. Jord tripped a little bit, and one of the guards started to look back, but Kat quickly said something to get his attention back. So after she sees that you've managed to get into the building, she then concludes some kind of conversation and lifts the police tape and then goes through herself.
Oh, good.
All those years of playing Sly Cooper finally paid off.
So
She says, "Good job, everyone, except you, Yellow Ranger. You're a little on the clumsy side. You might want to, I don't know, like take up gymnastics or something. Get some better,
maybe
proprioception skills."
you could give me a lesson in feline nimbleness sometime.
It's funny because he's a cat.
I don't like the
She's a cat.
context of what you're saying right
I'm
now.
also
Perhaps we should stick to the mission.
All right, look, we can all figure out who's going to flirt with whom later.
I got
Yes.
Let's figure.
person.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So you go up into the condo, and the condo has, first, everything is decked out in polished metal. Everything
Oh, yeah.
is very machine themed. The whole place is full of kinetic sculptures. So there's just artistic pieces made of things like cogs and tubes, and you guys know what kinetic sculpture is, right?
Yeah. I have a friend who does this.
Nice. The decor is definitely not what a human would consider, the best choice for this space. But it is very obvious that someone with a strong affinity to machines and cogs and gears and sprockets and whatnot.
How you said sprocket.
I did, for multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, who has the scanners? Is it still Timmy?
Yeah.
Why don't you take an alertness check, and I will let Gary help you again. Scan the room.
I like it that me and Gary are just noses in the scanner walking around the room like Scooby and Shaggy.
Like Picard, my friend. Like Picard.
13?
Okay. So you detect morphin grid energy here, too. Consistent with a morpher.
So I meant to ask earlier, is this like a hotel or something? Is like is it a condo or
Are you asking
apartment
Kat, or are
building?
you asking just me, the GM?
Well, I assume I would have saw it, so I'm asking you.
Oh, so this is a condiment. This is a condo complex.
Okay.
Condominium. Neat.
While I could leave the scanner up here, and I could run down to the like security area and try to get a look at the tapes, or maybe not split up the party. We could do that after checking the area.
I mean, I guess,
don't
but
know.
you've already seen the tapes.
Yeah, we've already seen the tapes. I think we should look around here.
We've seen the tapes they showed us.
I mean, you saw the tapes that Kat showed you, the one who's helping you investigate.
Let's not get too paranoid here.
Kat's the one who said we might not be able to trust SPD.
Do we have foresight to trust the person who wants the best interest for their commander?
Sure. Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I think we should probably look and see if there's anything out of place here.
Okay. So, as you look around, I want everyone to take alertness checks.
Oh boy. Thing. I'm doing the thing. Actually, I'm not that bad at it. I say is. Okay.
Today is my day.
So that was pretty good. Ooh.
Today is our day.
Hey.
I
Today
feel
is
significantly less
our
important
day.
now.
Wow.
No. We all win a little. It's fine.
Yeah.
That was a
okay.
perfect roll.
So-
That's amazing.
There's sign of a struggle. There's you actually see what looks like some kind of scrape mark that might have been left behind by a claw or something.
Ooh.
And as you're looking around, the scanner coalesces into a crimson red,
Oh boy.
which, if your previous hunch about the last guy being the Navy Ranger among the evil Rangers is accurate, this would make this possibly the signature of the Crimson Ranger,
Of
who,
course.
I might add, has a color that matches the color of that bird zord that snatched the crystal last time you encountered one over in France.
Great. Crap.
So, but that doesn't answer the question, though, of how it is it that this person ends up looking exactly like Kruger?
Yeah, and how can we prove that it was in fact this person and not?
And could you find him?
Use
Uh,
a shapeshifter, and we'll use DNA.
Can we do like a scan floor by floor of morphing energy to see if maybe there was somewhere that the person morphed maybe in the build? Does it leave like a bigger signature where someone morphed? I'm not sure how the morphing
It
grid
usually
works.
does. There's not an indication that actual morphing occurred.
Okay.
So it looks like if this
We'll see
murder
here.
was done without morphing.
We don't know that
Cat's just
face.
we could look if it's someone who's been seen around, like if someone has been seeing another Syrian, maybe we can actually find out by checking with, say, some of my my contacts in the less legal side of the city.
No.
Why do you have those?
Just we ask neighbors.
I'm
Because
sorry, you don't know
police
about
force
confidential informants?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Well,
You might call them
It's
a
snitches.
thing.
confidential informants are a thing.
Yeah. You never watched like a police drama?
They call
CSI
them
maybe?
Snitches is what they're called.
Each kind of face palms a little bit and shakes his head back and forth.
Well,
it's a CSI.
come on, let's go
Yeah, there's
see.
been like a billion seasons.
We can probably shake down Piggy for some information. If there's a new shady character in town, he'll know about it.
Alright.
Let's do it.
Let me distract the people we have posted out here again. So she goes and does that, and I'm not going to make you take a stealth check. You guys can sneak around. She moves the car so that you guys can get in it without being directly in line of sight and everything. She's like, all right, so we're going to go see Piggy. Any of you have weak stomachs?
No.
No.
I think I'll be good.
Okay. Let's hope so. So she drives for quite a while, and you're getting into a rundown part of town, and it's full of litter, and all the people there are like they probably haven't had a shower in days or been able to wash their clothes in weeks. It's definitely the poorest part. But then you get to a little opening, and there is what kind of looks like a food truck, but instead of having some nice menu, mostly just covered in trash. All right, this is Piggy's restaurant, I guess.
That is a word.
Yeah, it's look. Hey, if some alien wants to eat what the stuff that he's going to serve, then they can do it. But I wouldn't if I were you. I don't think it's safe for humans or most species.
Yep. Not my forte.
All right, so she goes over to the food truck looking thing and knocks on it. Yes, Timmy?
I was gonna ask if she didn't mind if I tried taking point on this.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess.
The only things I'm good at are streetwise persuasion and performance.
Guys, while there's no one looking, you might want to demorph. It's not going to go well if he thinks I'm here with rain.
Yeah, completely
Okay.
understandable.
Well, let me just find a little place to just like do this really quick.
There's lots of
Timmy's gonna take that ID badge he got off. He's gonna slip it into his wallet, and he's gonna put on his most stern cop face, and he's gonna bang on the door like bad cop. Bang, 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 bang.
I'm gonna
Piggy!
demorph in the shadows and pull out my freaking my police badge.
Okay.
Back me
There
up.
you go.
You
So-
can be my backup.
You bang on the door, and you hear from somewhere that sounds far away, even though this place doesn't seem very big. Hold on, I'm coming. Who is it? And then a
Police department.
person pops out who is sort of a mottled orange and looks like they've got scales covering the large scales over where a human would normally have hair, and they're sort of standing up like spikes, and he's got fairly large yellowish orange eyes and two nostrils set directly into what would be his like the middle of his brow ridge if he were a human. He's got then below that just a sort of smooth section until he gets to a lipless mouth. Not lipless in the sense that like there's nothing covering his teeth, but like he doesn't have like the swelling that a human has for lips. He says, "Oh, who are you? Oh, it's Miss Manx." And he waves, and she says, "Yeah, hi, Piggy. Well, what can I do for you guys who I don't actually think are SPD because you guys aren't wearing the right uniforms and they normally announce themselves as SPD and not police?"
Gary's kind of just cracking
My
up.
partner's new to the force. Don't worry. We're detectives. We don't wear that beat
You're
stuff.
detectives. Well, I'm sure you can give me some identification, huh?
I flash my
Flash
ID
my badge.
my visitor badge, and I try to make it look convincing.
I don't know what the hell he's doing, but I flash my actual police badge.
Okay, hold on. Oh, Piggy's gonna take an alertness check.
Can it be against my performance check?
Sure.
Can I give him the edge because I'm actually flashing a badge, and maybe that'll help sell it?
Sure. Oof. Well, not gonna be hard to convince Piggy.
Good. I helped.
Yay.
Maybe.
17.
Well,
That's good.
my apologies, officers. You see, I don't get very many, SPD visitors down here. They don't much like my cooking.
Can't imagine why.
Not many of
I
my
can't
colors.
either. This is some of the finest cuisine this side of the galaxy. Look at this. Some human threw out this perfectly good chicken bone. He just shoves the chicken bone in his mouth and starts chewing on it. Can you believe that?
To each your own, I suppose.
When he pulled it out, Timmy was like, "Yeah, you could make a pretty good broth with," and he just starts munching on it. Oh,
All right, so look, guys, you can't keep coming around here like this, so ask me what you need to ask me, and then get away from here because your SPD always scares off my customers. And you know what? I don't know if you noticed, but it's not that busy to begin with. I can't have anything messing with my business here. I have to make a living too.
Tell us what we want to know.
I don't know what you want to know. You haven't asked me anything.
can we? Is there room inside we could come in and?
No, there's not room inside. Come on, what do you think this is? The Ritz? This is my little food truck. Just ask me what you need to ask me.
Basically, we just need to know if there are any seedy characters been making any moves around Tech City.
You want to know if any seedy characters have been making moves in New Tech City, huh?
New one.
What else do you want to ask me? Whether or not the sky's blue? Of course there are. Come on, ask me a real question.
Anyone of note? Anyone new
Of
that
note.
makes bigger moves than anybody?
What is he talking about? Someone help me out here.
He wants to know if there's any evil rangers that you've seen.
Evil Rangers.
Rangers that have been acting in a very particular manner.
I mean, I certainly can't say that there's been anyone walking around in ranger costumes that I've noticed.
Hmm.
And believe me, if that were happening in the city, I would know about it.
As we walked up, fully decked out in our ranger costumes, like
What about
Also
crystals?
accurate.
What about strange crystals?
Strange crystals. Well, there's always a few of those. What kind
More
do you want?
so than
Purple,
normal.
gold, green?
Something more pricey, extravagant, beautiful. Something divine,
Divine?
artifact-like.
Not that
Something
I
that gives
know
off
of.
that particular energy. That's good.
But hey,
Keep it
you
that
know
way.
what? New crystals come in and out of the city all the time when various people come and go. There's a whole spaceport here, you know. So if you really want to get into the crystal business, I'd say first quit SPD because that's no career for a good smart guy like you. Get
You
yourself
would
down to the
know these
spaceport.
crystals.
Well, still, get yourself down to the spaceport because that's where the new crystals come in.
Let's be frank. There's someone in the city who's trying to kill a lot of people. We're looking for a lead on this information.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know about anyone planning any murders, but do you have a description?
Gary kind of just steps forward and describes the navy blue ranger when he's unmorphed.
Oh, yeah, a Hartoonian. Yeah, you know, there's only been one of those that I've seen around here. You don't get many of those ever since their home planet got blown up by some kind of giant robot monster.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, well, does it though? The Hartoonians don't have a whole lot of fans out there, if you know what I mean. Something to do
True.
with, like, you know, having an entire empire based on slave labor.
No, yeah, that.
Doesn't win you a lot of friends.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
In fact,
Not a lot.
I would
friends
say
out
that most people are happier with the Hartoonians almost extinct than they were with the Hartoonians going around conquering.
I'm not here to judge an entire race of people. I'm here for the
Oh,
here and
hey,
now.
look, I'm sure plenty of the Hartoonians were perfectly nice people. I'm just saying there's not many of them around, and most people aren't too broken up about it.
Who cares? They're dead.
Fair.
We have to deal with what's real.
But yeah,
Do you
I've
know-
heard there is one walking around.
Do you know if there's been anybody that's been with this person regularly?
Well, let me see. Now that you mention it, he's been seen with a couple of people. One looks like some kind of a robot,
Huh?
and then another
Sorry.
one, is sort of a red scaly dog.
Scaly dog, you said.
Yeah, actually, you know what? He kind of looks like that doggy Kruger. Cat says, "Hey, it's Anubis Kruger to you, or Commander Kruger. You don't get to call him doggy." He says, "Oh, okay, sorry, Miss Banks." Anyway, yeah, those three have been seen walking around. A little bit unusual since, you know, the red guy, he kind of looks like he's from Sirius, but everyone's pretty sure that Kruger's the only one left. But then again, hey, how would you know if an entire planet, out of that entire planet, say one other guy got out of there? I mean, that seems possible, right?
It does seem possible.
Anything's possible.
Yes.
Arturian, so one final question I had, at least, is do you know anyone that they may be associated with financially, like anyone they may be working for, this group you were telling us about that ran with
that little trio?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, they do seem to have some kind of financing because they never seem to be, you know, like fencing or anything. They always seem to have enough money to get around in the city. Although, then again, they've only been here for a few days, so maybe that's just what they came with. And I don't know if they've been making money doing anything else. They certainly haven't been involving themselves with the local underground.
Stay away from them. They're very dangerous.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are they more dangerous than you? Because they're not the ones who scare away my customers.
By and large, they are more dangerous than us.
Yeah, that's actually, I'd say, pretty true. They
I mean, if
They're
you
pretty
say so,
dangerous.
but I mean, look, I have to put up with things like intergalactic arms dealers, so you know,
Yeah.
If you get in their way, they will kill you.
look, we
yeah, but that's like every other guy here.
they're like Power Rangers level dangerous.
I said what I had to say. You can take it or leave it there.
Well, I want to thank the piggy for his time. Thank you very much.
Thank the
my
piggy.
good sir.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Do you take USD? I'll throw you a 20.
Right. I was gonna
Sure, I'll
say,
take whatever you got.
Yeah, just,
Yeah, here you go.
Thanks.
Here's a $20 bill.
Are you sure that you don't want this mystery juice that I found under a dumpster? It smells delicious.
Yeah, I'm
No,
good.
you
I'm not
can
hungry
have
at
a
all.
taste.
I have it heated up just right.
Maybe.
I will actually take that mystery juice. Thank
There
you.
you go. All right. I'm going to put it in a styrofoam cup so, you know, it doesn't burn or anything. It gives you a
Sure won't melt
clearly...
through the
Oh no, it'll
You
be
sure
fine.
it won't melt through the styrofoam?
No,
Let it
Okay.
cool
It's-
down a bit.
it's only at
I
like 80 degrees Celsius. It'll be fine. He hands you a styrofoam cup that has clearly already been used.
Yeah, of course.
I'll let it
It's just
cool down a
scavenger.
bit. I like mine more around 50 C.
All right. Well, look. If you want to come back, that's fine. But don't come back looking like cops. I can't have that around here. But you know
We're
what?
cops.
Yeah, okay, but you don't have to
How
look
do we
like
not look
cops.
like cops?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen a cop not like a cop? They're still a cop.
Look, sometimes I
They
don't
have a
know.
look about them.
Sometimes people miss undercover cops, so some of you know how to not look like a cop.
You mean the undercover department?
I don't know how your organization works. I'm just a humble restaurateur and information broker who occasionally deals in contraband.
I
Well,
feel like we kind of do look like undercover cops.
better the devil
Yeah,
you know,
you do.
as they say.
I don't know. I've just got a white tee and a khaki button-up on.
All right, well,
Cargo
like I
pants.
said, you can come back,
Nothing
but you
unusual.
can't look like cops when you... It scares away the customer.
We can't wear cop uniforms, but we also can't not wear those because then we would look like undercover cops. So I think we just have to come back naked next time.
I mean, that certainly would make you look not like cops. I'll grant you that.
There's more than one way to scare away your customers, my friend.
Oh, if you think some naked people are going to scare away these guys, maybe you haven't met what's going on here in New Tech City. You've just been spending your whole time on the beat up in those rich areas?
Maybe.
Sounds like it.
I don't know if it's because
Kat, is this their first time out? And she just looks at him and says, yeah, it's their first time out, Piggy.
Gary may or may not be dying of amusement.
I love this guy. I want to bring him back to the
Contraband City.
yeah, monitoring station.
We'll put him in the.
Our chef.
No.
By the way, in case you guys are
no.
wondering, Piggy is in fact a character from Power Rangers SPD.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing. I had to
10
watch
out of
this
10.
season.
There's a reason
I
it's
want-
one of my favorite seasons.
Yeah,
see.
SPD. I've heard. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's all we need from Piggy, unless anybody else has any questions for him. David, Gary.
No, get the hell
Yeah,
out of
I'm
here.
good.
All right,
Next.
shoo.
Gotcha. Have a
The lunch
great
rush
day.
is coming up. Get out of here. Yeah, you too.
And as we turn around a corner, Timmy drops the mystery juice into the dumpster he probably pulled it out from.
Yeah. Okay. Not gonna drink it.
Analyze that would have been a better
You know,
idea.
I'll give it a smell.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
it does
Vomit.
not
Ugh.
smell good at all.
I was gonna say there's not Constitution. I was gonna do a Constitution.
Yeah, no, it just does not smell. It smells like if you drank it, you would probably start expelling stuff from both ends.
Oh,
I think
no.
that would be conditioning check. Actually,
I can almost smell it. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Gary gets a sniff,
Oh,
and it's like
no, it's
Oh,
I
it's
think
okay.
I think I smell rotten cabbages
this is
in there.
this is not safe for human consumption. Do not drink this juice.
Is that motor oil?
It might be.
I don't drink that, man.
Yeah,
Just
Kat,
say
Kat
dryly.
looks at you and says,
you
"Yeah,
wish.
don't drink that."
I want to find a little plastic bottle with a lid
Oh
on
my god, you guys are the worst.
I mean, yeah, it's a dumpster. You can find a plastic bottle with a lid on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put that on the shelf at
A
home.
dirty bottle filled with mystery juice.
Kat says, "What are you gonna do with that?"
Put it on the shelf. Remember our fun time here.
If it
I-
ever comes up again,
If it ever
I
comes
looked
up
at-
again.
I looked at Kat and I say, you don't get to pick your teams, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's true. All right, well, I think we have enough to go talk to High Command, SPD, set the record straight about Doggy Kruger.
But how did they make them look like that race? We
I
don't have
mean-
anything concrete.
Makeup.
So here's my take. I think it's reasonable that he's actually Assyrian because, look, I actually agree with Piggy on this, and don't tell him I said this, please. But yeah, I actually don't think it's that far-fetched that there's more than one survivor of the Troopian invasion
Yeah.
of Sirius.
If
Plus,
only we had.
not every. What if he just wasn't off? What if he was just off-world when the invasion happened?
Fair point.
Because we
Only
know,
we could.
reported by who? The Trubians? Yeah. Everyone except for Dogny was killed, but not, maybe someone was off-world. And also, the Trubians have a vested interest in exaggerating the scale of the invasion.
Gotta make themselves look stronger, right?
Yep. Plus, if he's right about a robot, it could also be someone else from the Machine Remnant, which is another group that's been kind of scattered to the wind by various invasions and whatnot. So maybe that's a theme. And again, a Hartunian, same deal. Very few of those left after an invasion by a giant godlike machine thing.
Fun.
So I'm sensing a theme with these whatever evil rangers.
Yeah, this is not great. We don't have a good track record of robots. That's a fun story. We can
No,
tell
a
you
good
later.
track record with bad Power Rangers.
Oh,
Really?
all right. Let's head back to Delta Base, and we'll contact Birdie. I'm sorry. We'll contact Commander Fowler. And
Wait, bird-like?
Birdie is his actual name, but yes, he is bird-like.
I'm shocked, I say.
Well, look, I can't say why his parents decided to name him that. I didn't hatch the guy.
Well, maybe that's why he became bird-like, because it was his name.
No, I think he was born that way, but...
He was born... Okay.
Or, I guess, hatched that way? I'm pretty sure he hatched. Anyway, sorry, what was the question?
I was just saying the jokes about the names are charming coming from you, Miss Manx.
Oh, well, thank you. But, sorry, what was your name again?
Oh, Timmy. Timmy Sturgis.
Timmy,
Nice.
Look, I'm old enough to be like your great-great-great-great-grandmother. So, like, you're a little young. So, I
think you discovered.
I have a rule about not dating guys much under like 250.
Well, if I ever get there,
I'll have moved on, and my rule will be like 450.
I think she said no, my friend. Let's continue on.
Yeah, it's not that I'm not flattered though, but yeah, let's get back to Delta Base. So you guys get back to Delta Base, back in the command center. And so, all right, I'm going to punch up High Command, and here we go. And so a bird-like face comes up. Very human eyes, but they're set in a face with sort of a ridge of like skin and bone that goes up across the middle, but on either side, where hair would be on a human, there are these large feathers. They're very wide. They're almost as wide as they are long. And the skin is sort of a dull grayish that almost borders on blue. And instead of a normal mouth like a human, there's actually a beak there. A very flat beak. Top beak comes down and completely covers over the bottom, so that when he talks, all you can really see is the front beak lifting up a little bit, kind of like when a parrot eats. They can move their top beak a little bit. But some of that's technically called cranial kinesis, for those of you at home who don't know the term cranial kinesis. When the bones of the cranium move against each other.
All two of you.
You
don't know
just
that
brought
term.
some science in here. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Bringing in the dinosaur science.
Dino science.
Anyway, he looks like someone shoved a giant, very stiff stick right up his back, and it went all the way right to his skull. He is standing incredibly straight, very crisp movements, and he says, "This is Commander Fowler, SPD, High Command. Miss Manx, what do I owe this honor to?" She says, "Well, Commander, you might have heard about the Jungle Beast Rangers here on Earth, and you also might have heard about the recent judgment against Commander Kruger. And they have something they would like to explain to you about that, because it seems that despite the accuracy of the judgment devices, that there may have been a mistake. And so I'm going to let the Rangers take over. Rangers, why don't you introduce yourself to High Commander Fowler? And you can tell she's a little nervous on this call, and she steps back.
Are we morphed or unmorphed?
Currently, you're unmorphed.
All right, should we morph first?
I mean, it won't matter much because you're not going to get any bonuses to persuasion or
I
anything.
don't
Yeah.
think so.
I'm just gonna idle in, kind of just like, hi, I'm White Ranger. We think Commander Kruger has been framed
That
by.
seems very unlikely. He was judged guilty. And as Miss Manx might have told you, our judgment devices aren't known for making mistakes. So,
Yeah, about that. Let me finish. We think it was by an evil space guy called Lord Claw. He has a evil Power Ranger team, and we've detected morphin grid energy for 2 members of that in both a dorm room at SPD headquarters and at the place of the murder. The terminal at that dorm room, by the way, was used to hack into the system for your judgment devices and, well, meddle with them.
okay, he
No,
turns as if by turning his head he could actually look around you, even though he's looking at a flat screen just like you are. He says, Miss Manx, can you confirm this? She steps into frame and says, yes, Commander. I can confirm that is indeed what all of us found.
Send
He
them the
says,
copies of the files.
yes, yeah, why don't you send me copies of those? And I'll have my team take a look.
Yes.
And he says, and now, Miss Manx, this sounds like an unauthorized investigation. Is that true? She says somewhat sheepishly, yes, Commander, but I think that the information that was uncovered is significant enough that it still clears Commander Kruger, and while perhaps it might not be as admissible in terms of trying to hunt down the actual perpetrators, I still think it would be valuable to have Commander Kruger back in charge of SPD Earth. He says, well, can't say I approve of how this was gained, but do you know anything else about these alleged murderers, or I guess murderer and accomplice? They're Earth Rangers?
Did we already
Yes.
mention that we had the video, the camcorder data?
I don't think you did mention that.
Yeah, go.
We have
Send him the video
that
file.
shows at least one of them.
Yeah, and
We also-
have
Hmm.
we have information
Wonder.
that another one of them is a Syrian. So
Beep, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop.
And I
So-
thought here Commander Kruger was the only one. I guess that would explain the footage from the security camera.
David Zelkar. Are you there, Zelkar?
Oh, I'm sorry, you were trying to contact Zelkar. Yeah.
Beep, boop,
Yes,
boop,
Ranger.
I have a question. I don't know if this is even possible, but do you have footage of do our helmets give footage and compile
They do
that
not.
footage? Oh, I see. Is it possible to compile footage of the Evil Rangers and Lord Claw from, let's see, cameras in the cities, anything like this?
Well, the one we now know to be the the Navy Ranger, and Lord Claw were on a broadcast from Earth. I'm sure that's been recorded, and we could send that along. And I
Right.
suppose SPD could start looking for security footage of the evil team, but it might take. I don't know how long it would take them because I don't have access to their system. That's perhaps a question for Miss Manx or Commander Kruger when he's freed.
Right. Well, at least it's something we can do. Thank you.
Purdy
Over
says,
now.
all right, well, here's my proposed solution. Let's get Commander Kruger off of ice. We'll reprogram the judgment scanners to be back how they were before tampering. We'll rescan Commander Kruger, and if it comes up not guilty, then I think that'll be sufficient. Ms. Manx, I can't say good work because you did not go through any authorized channels. However, I do appreciate that you've cleared one of our most valuable officers' name, because I was, in fact, pulling my feathers out, trying to figure out who I would have run SPD Earth, since you might not know this, but it's not the most desirable post. Earth is seen as somewhat of a backwater in the galaxy.
Fair.
But, yeah, so I'm going to transmit those orders, and I will be reviewing your footage. Miss Manx, do you think you can accomplish the reprogramming, perhaps with the help of your team? And she says, yeah, I do think we can get that done. I helped program it in the first place. Says, yes, of course. You know, one of these days I'm going to have to transfer you away from Earth and get you over here at a high command. I have no idea why it is you decided to go work on Earth. Anyway, that's all I have for you, unless there's anything else that you have for me. I'll take that as a no. Fowler
I don't
out.
think we have anything.
He stabs a little command panel with his finger very abruptly, and it closes out the transmission. It feels kind of like back when people could slam the phone on you to hang up.
Did you see that guy's posture? What a unit.
Yeah, Kat says.
Extremely intimidating.
Kat says, yeah, Supreme Commander Fowler is, I wouldn't call him charismatic, but he certainly can get his way.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, the new orders are coming in. It's going to take me maybe a day or two to reprogram the scanners to make sure that everything is the way it should be. In the meantime, if you guys want to stay in New Tech City, we can give you a couple dorm rooms, and you can explore the city. But after a couple days, I would love it if you'd come back for the new scan, because I'm sure it's going to come up not guilty, and I think Commander Kruger would like to be able to thank you in person.
I'd like to have some
Sounds like a good
clearance
idea.
to work within this city as well,
Well,
That's
on an official standpoint.
that would be something you would have to take up with Commander Kruger. I can't authorize that.
I know,
Have you
but
guys
I'm
like
wondering that
considered like maybe getting some tree ferns around here? Really spice place up.
Tree ferns? Haven't those been extinct
Yes.
for like 300 million years or something?
yes.
I mean like mock-ups. Come on.
So you want
You-
like plastic paleo art in
Actually, I
Delta
was thinking
Base.
like murals.
No,
Kind of
it is
give it a
possible.
little bit more life.
I just kind of just kind of lightly slap your shoulder. Maybe you could find that on another planet and bring it back here at some point.
I'll be honest, I
Yeah.
haven't thought about putting up murals, but I will take it under advisement.
No, I'm just saying, plant art makes everything better.
Mhm.
You know, that might be. Maybe we do need some green around here. You know what?
Yeah.
I think in that case, maybe we should also have a Green Ranger.
Yeah, you should.
Why not?
Seems like it could happen.
I was thinking a Black Ranger, but now that you mention it, maybe instead we should do a Green Ranger. You know, I'm going to note that down. Thanks.
No problem.
She typed something into some file or another. So, guys, at this point, you can look around New Tech City for a couple days, but unless you have anything super important, I'm also okay with just fast forwarding over the next couple days. And
I'm going to suggest that we try to keep hot on the trail of the evil rangers. That way, we kind of box them in and stop them from trying to do this again.
okay. So, how would you
Yeah.
like to go about that?
Searching
Yeah.
all over the place for grid energy, I suppose.
All right, give me some alertness checks.
Yay, I'm gonna suck at this. It's okay.
I'm there with you.
Well, everyone can give me an alertness check, so we'll see what happens.
Hey, it wasn't the terriblest test.
I finally rolled a number below 10.
Yay.
Okay, so you guys, for the first day, you're able to find some signatures that look like Crimson, Navy, and Bronze, but every time you do, they're in different parts of the city, and they don't seem to linger very long, and there's no indication that they've morphed.
Mm.
At one point, you feel like you see someone who might actually have been the robot that Iggy was talking about. It looks like it has a vaguely feminine shape, has gears for shoulders, and what
Aha.
looks like a little silvery tiara built into its head that is styled to look like it has hair, although the hair is just like a solid shaped piece of metal, sort of like the piece of metal from Edie, if you played Mass Effect 3. You know how she had like fake hair? It was actually just a piece of metal that was shaped like hair. She's got one of those things going. But ended up losing her in a crowd, and that's the closest that you managed to get to them. But they were here. But then as day 2 approaches, or as day 2 comes, you stop finding them, and you do remember that they were able to teleport last time you fought them. They were in the city for at least a day or so, but they don't seem to be on the day 2, and you didn't quite do well enough to actually confront them. But day 2 arrives, and you do in fact get contacted by Zelkar, who says, Rangers, I've been contacted by SPD Delta Base, and there's you're requested. It seems like they're going to be doing the second judgment scan on on Commander Kruger, and Miss Manx would like you to be there for it.
Sure.
All right, so you guys are back there. You're now in go through the whole, signing in as guests and whatnot. This time you're allowed access to one of the cell blocks, the cell block where they're keeping Commander Kruger. So his little Polaroid is extracted and it's put into a little machine, and then out in another flash of light, out pops a full-size Commander Kruger. And he says, well, I suppose it wasn't the worst thing being trapped in there, but I'm glad to be out of there. Let's get this scan over with. So once again, Captain Carson comes up and she gives another scan. And she says, Commander, I really hope this says not guilty, because honestly, I didn't much like arresting you in the first place. And he says, I know, Captain, it's all right. So the lights flash back and forth between green and red. Eventually, a green circle comes up and it says not guilty.
Yes.
Well, that's a relief. Rangers, I can't thank you enough. I don't know where Earth would be without you, not just because of you fighting off Lord Claw's minions, but also helping save SPD.
Who's saying this?
That's Commander Kruger.
If
No
you
problem,
want to
man.
thank me personally, find some way that I can actually do an investigation next time in the city.
I suppose now that I'm back in charge, if necessary, I could deputize you if we need you. In terms of investigations, we usually have our own detectives to take care of it.
I know, but it couldn't hurt to have an extra pair of
I suppose. Well, look at that. I'll put
more
it this way.
fists.
If we feel like we need Rangers, we'll contact you. I'll be able to deputize you for whatever mission it is. I suspect, though, that because you guys are going all over the planet, that you probably don't have time to actually formally enter SPD.
I'll always have time to help you.
Well, you say that, but you might also be fighting some giant monster in Tokyo or something.
That sounds like a movie plot.
I don't know. I've never seen a movie with a giant monster in Tokyo. I suppose it might exist.
Maybe.
There's that Blob Monster movie. Oh, wait, that was in New York, I think, actually.
Yeah. Wasn't it like in upstate New York and then it traveled to New York City or something?
Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
I think there's a series of movies about that, I think.
Well,
I
either
don't
way,
remember the name.
Rangers, I can't thank you enough, and I hope that if we need you, that you'll be just as helpful again. But I'm hoping that we won't need you, because again, we are working on our own Ranger program. In fact, Captain Carson here might even be a candidate.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we've been looking at her for potentially being our Black Ranger.
I just hope there's no worldly threats in the future.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned from my time in SPD, which, by the way, is about as long as there's been SPD, there's always something around the horizon that's going to threaten the peace and security of whatever planet I happen to be on, and whatever planet any of my friends happen to be on. Because the universe is a dangerous place.
Yes, that's all right.
Really need to get stronger then.
Well, Rangers, that's all I have for you. I think it's probably time that you go back to keeping the rest of the world safe. New Tech City thanks you and gives you the SPD salute. He reaches over from his right shoulder over to his left, makes a little fist. And then, here you go. With
You're
that,
welcome.
guys, we are basically done. You guys can teleport back to the monitoring station. Ryan is now officially a known alien resident, although his identity as the Green Ranger is not public because, or Commander Kruger isn't that stupid. But hey, thanks, guys. You solved the mystery. You freed Doggy, saved SPD to some extent, at least. And yeah, the Ranger program there will continue on into what we see in Power Rangers SPD. So this was sort of a SPD prequel.
Hey.
So I hope you guys liked that, and we will be back hopefully in 2 weeks. I want to double check what that is. So not on the 7th, but on
14th.
the 14th. We should be back for another episode. It'll probably be a little bit more of a traditional Power Rangers bit, so there'll probably be more combat. But I did want to change it up, and so I hope that was fun for everybody. And we are gonna get out of here. So if you're watching over at home, thank you very much.
Thank